You have those certain things that just they just irk you. They just kind of rub you the wrong way. I have those things. This is one of them. This selective outrage, let's call it that, that really irks me. It's just it's like nails on a chalkboard. Welcome back to the channel. Thank you so much for being here. Appreciate all your support. Hope you're having a fantastic day. And of course, shout out to the 19. I can't believe it's November. Here we go. So this is a podcast they're talking about Caitlin Clark and the fans she brought. And as you can see, Caitlin Clark has undoubtedly brought a ton of new fans to the WNBA, but it's a grown women's league and fans seem to respect the vets. I'm not sure what that even means about it being a grown women's league, but we're gonna circle back to that. Just let's listen to this first. It's a little less than a minute long.
I totally agree with that, and I also think that I think that some of the new fans got a rude awakening when they did come to the W, because what happened was their fave was not the best. And so that was their issue. Like, I get that she was the rookie of the year. I understand that. But you're
Do you?
also battling and competing with people like Nafisa Collier, with people like your own teammate Kelsey Mitchell, with other people who, like we've all said, have been here for a while, like the Brianna Stewarts, who have been here. So I'm confused as to why, like Diane Taurasi said, this is a grown woman's game, baby. Yeah. So, but we're gonna change the subject.
I can't stand when how should I put this nicely? You know, when the thing it's like the 98-pound weakling getting into the tough voice. It's a grown man game, baby. Excuse me. I'm sorry. That just doesn't come off right from you. Don't do that. That's embarrassing. Stop it. So many things to unpack. We got upset because Caitlin Clark wasn't the best. Do y'all remember getting upset about that? I don't remember getting upset about that. The new fans are the only fans. The more we go through this WNBA, the more I learn, the more I'm 100% convinced that this league did not have a single basketball fan before Caitlin Clark arrived, and they have absolutely no idea what to do about it. They had their little social clubs. They scammed the NBA into paying for their social gatherings under the guise of basketball. Uh, but let's start with that first. Caitlin Clark, I don't even remember the number. It's weird because to be fair, there are some things that they call like records that they're not really records when you keep saying fastest to this, fastest to that. But yes, Caitlin Clark set a ton of records last year. Caitlin Clark was rookie of the year, but it's not just rookie of the year, right? You can be rookie of the year and not have a great year. You were just the best rookie. Maybe it's not a good rookie class or whatever. Caitlin Clark made the All-Star team. Caitlin Clark would have set the All-Star game single season assist. I'm single season, obviously single game assist record, but she chose to stay on the bench because Enrique couldn't miss. All right, she finished one shy, I think, of the assist record. She set the single game assist record in the WNBA. Of course, set the Indiana Fever record, set the single season assist record, and a whole lot more. And was also, oh, I don't know, fourth, fourth in MVP voting, fourth in MVP voting, all WNBA first team. I do not, in what universe, you have to have serious mental health problems to say that, to imply that Caitlin Clark's rookie season was not a success or not what people expected it to be, because that is simply a lie. I mean, that's to the point of absolute delusion to make this comment that we got upset because Caitlin Clark did not play as well as expected, because Caitlin Clark was not the player that we expected her to be. That is just delusional. I don't know what else to call that unless she's lying, but I actually don't think she's lying and just judging her body language and the way she's talking. I think she actually is that delusional that she feels that way. Which, it's a whole nother issue. BetterHelp, I hear, is pretty good. I've heard good things about that. Uh, I'm sorry. I'm not trying to be mean. I'm really not. But sometimes it's been a long week. I get a little frustrated with the crazy. And then the other, I don't know what this, but it's a grown women's league, and fans need to respect the vets. That is something we're going to talk about. First of all, one thing we have to do, as I've noticed in 2025, or really maybe the last 5 years or so, let me know if you are older than, say, 25, if you've noticed this as well. And another thing that maybe that irks me and might irk you is words have lost all meaning. People use words in ways that make no sense because the words don't mean that, right? If you have a different opinion from somebody on, say, another person, another player, another movie, you're hating on it. You're a hater. Or of course, there's the is and the ism. You're that as well. If you criticize a player who happens to be a different color than you, well, that only goes one direction. Then you're an ist, right? If you criticize a female player that someone else likes, you're a misogynist or you're a sexist or you're whatever it might be. And this respect thing is another one. Fans need to respect. And what do you mean by respect? Because I don't know a single Caitlin Clark fan that when she came in the league were out there bad mouthing all of the vets. They weren't. Right. This goes back to the thing Al Duncan said in the video I did the other day. Anything that Caitlin Clark fans said was in response to BS and nonsense that they had to deal with that was hurled at either at Caitlin Clark or at them specifically. They were called the most disgusting, most vile things without any proof whatsoever, simply because the damn league was all up in its feels and the players were also damn jealous of Caitlin Clark and what she brought to the game and the fact that she had fans that they just started saying the most awful things about her fans simply because. And yeah, you know what? People are going to get upset about that. They're going to smack you back, verbally speaking, of course. But the other thing I want to point out, because again, this goes back to the selective outrage that I'm talking about. Okay. Uh, we can't rely on Courtney to come back at the age that she's at. We need someone probably a little younger who's been playing the game and is willing to compete for a championship. Courtney Vandersloot should be one of those vets that you are talking about respecting, who's had a long career, who's had a very successful career, who's led the league in assists. I can't even think how many times. I believe she holds, correct me if I'm wrong in the comments, this is off the top of my head, but I believe she holds the single season assist record for average assists per game, I believe. Okay. Correct me if I'm wrong in the comments below, but she has had a relative to the rest of the WNBA, right? We always have to say, because to be fair, I say that about other players because no one was paying attention, but Courtney Vandersloot is one of those vets that you absolutely are supposed to be respecting. But see, this is inconvenient because this isn't about Caitlin Clark. This is Angel Reese who made these comments. And they're certainly not going to say Angel Reese shouldn't talk like this and she needs to respect the vets. Oh, and remember this, since we're on the topic of Angel Reese, I'm just saying I can't get over Angel Reese covering up the t-shirt everyone is wearing to celebrate Candace Parker just because CP gave her objective basketball opinion on Reese and she didn't like it. You don't disrespect the GOAT and your elders like this. Shout out Rachel, all the dogs, please, with a Z at the end as opposed to an SE, because that is 100% true. Y'all remember that? And there it was covered up. Angel Reese is an immature little child who continues to act like a 5-year-old. She is an entitled brat who was never told no her whole life. And the only reason I'm on this as a reminder is because, again, we had to hear this nonsense about you've got to respect the vets. But that is only supposedly, I guess, Caitlin Clark fans that have to respect the vets. The rest of the players don't have to respect them. Is that what we're saying? I mean, if there is a vet that deserves to be respected, right? It's Candace Parker, who, by the way, is the player who caused the last million viewer game until Caitlin Clark got in the league, right? It was Candace Parker's rookie year. Her debut game in 2008 was the last time before Caitlin Clark that they had a million viewers for a game on television. But see, apparently this doesn't matter. And just to close it out all out, I think we had a few people that kind of said that, and I don't think they were ready for this stuff. We're just here to highlight conversations our playback communities are having. Love to see it spark more conversation around the W. Now, there's other stuff they went after him for because they got clapped back on pretty hard as they should. I don't need to do blank. I cheer for who I cheer for. That's the other thing. It's so weird. That's what I mean. Like, what do you mean by respect? I'm not attacking any of the vets as people. I'll criticize their gameplay, and that's part of being a fan. We'll support our favorite player. Stop trying to make up stupid rules for sports. Vets got themselves in the CBA. Respect them. This is what slows do. I chose to call those okay, yeah. So, a lot of people were upset about this, and I agree. And again, I wanted to highlight the Angel Reese thing. It just happened to be Angel Reese. I'm just saying, that wasn't planned, but I wanted to highlight the selective outrage and the hypocrisy once again from these absolute clowns. Smash the like button, subscribe to the channel. Really do appreciate it. Go have the day you deserve. I will talk to you later.